Hello, this is Ryan Katamatsu, and this is my sociology final project. And the two questions I'm going to be answering today are what is an ideal society, and how would my ideal society look when put into practice. So the first thing I think that my ideal society we have is freedom of speech. I feel like freedom of speech is so important because when people can say what they want and they're not restricted, I feel like it allows for people to form their own thoughts and form their own opinions. Big thing I think of this is like Elon Musk, how he bought Twitter. I know one of the big things was he didn't want people to just get like banned and restricted, and they can't speak their mind and they can't have free speech. I think that's big though. I really put an emphasis on free speech because I feel like people deserve to be able to tell their truth and tell their stories and not be restricted and put where they can't, where they're banned or they're like their account gets suspended or things of that nature, because then it's what's the point of having free speech if only some people can and some people can't. But I feel like there's a negative to that too, because obviously with the free speech and people being able to say whatever they want to say and nobody has really like checks. There's also going to be a lot of false information that could be spread. I know Twitter does, Instagram, like TikTok. So the big media sites really, they do a lot of like fact checks and authenticate it. And sometimes it's right, sometimes it's wrong. So I feel like there'd be a lot of misinformation that could happen. And secondly, I think freedom of like religion is really important too. I know like China and Russia, more so their religions are kind of more forced upon them. And I feel like when people can choose what they want to believe and who they want to believe it from, I think that's really important because I feel like in America we have a good balance between people being Christian, people being Catholic, people being Buddhist, people being Muslim, people being or Muslim. And I just feel like when you have a different religions and people with different thoughts, I think it helps people because it helps people share what they really think and what they think about or what's important to them, and you can little pick and choose, like nitpick things you like from certain ones and some you don't like from other ones. And I think that's important though too because it gives a good balance. A wrong thing though I feel like is a lot of people have like a lot of hate in their hearts too, like regardless of if they're in like the church a lot or if they're what their religion is. A lot of people have like a lot of hate in their heart, and I feel like especially when the 9/11 attacks happened, I feel like those pushed us back because we had a fear of like Muslim people because of Osama bin Laden and what he did for 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 uh, for the attacks. And I feel like that pushed us back because not because we didn't like them before, and but because we couldn't really, we had a fear of them, and which wasn't right. And I think that might hurt us more. But a little bit off topic. But lastly though, I feel like skin color and a race. I think that's a big thing. I think a lot of people have a lot of prejudice, not also with the religion aspect of it too, but I feel like people have like a lot of prejudice towards other people with different skin colors, especially not as much now in California. I feel like we have like a lot of diversity and a lot of different people with different races and ethnicities and things of that nature. But I feel like a lot of people, like especially in the 60s, 70s, when it was in the older times, black people really were opposed to white people and white people were really opposed to black people, and there was a big prejudice and big discrimination that happened. And in my society, or in our society, America right now, I feel like it struggles with that because especially with the Black Lives Matter protests and the movement, and I feel like it shows um, how some people are for like whatever, and some people really stand up for like what they believe and like what they think that black people or even white people or Asian people or Mexican people, they can always think like, oh, somebody doesn't like this about me. And I feel like a lot of hate is fueled by the color of their skin. And a good example of this I feel like is with Germany in World War II. A big cause of it was Germany was killing Jews, and I don't know if it's 2 or 3 million. I think it's up there somewhere. But Hitler, when he was running the German country, he strongly disliked Jews because they had a different skin complexion than the Germans, and they had different eyes and hair, things of that nature. So I think just the outward appearance really hurts some people. And then I would say rank. Rank, I would say, is I like how America has it because I feel like if you really truly work hard for what you want, whether it's in school, whether it's in sports, whether it's in art or entertainment or photography, whatever you do, if you work really hard at it, I feel like you got a really good shot. I feel like America has a really good equal opportunity system, and schooling is free for all kids. And I feel like obviously there's going to be less and higher and lower income neighborhoods, but I mean you can obviously have education, and I think that needs work though too, the education system, because I feel like a lot of kids miss out on some opportunities that other kids don't just because of where they live or how much their parents make, which I don't think is really right. I feel like each kid should have equal opportunity, but I feel like there still is enough chance where a kid from a lower income neighborhood could be just as successful, even more, than surpass other kids in a wealthier neighborhood who might have more access to more resources and more opportunities that might be just because they live somewhere different. Um, Another thing about gender roles, I feel like males and females, I wouldn't say they have beef, but I would say there's like a stereotypes with males where males are the dads and they do all the hard work and they do the toilets and the plumbing but the women have to do like cook and clean, and I don't think those are right because I feel like anybody can do anything. And like if you're in a relationship or if you're married, like your wife shouldn't be the only one who has to wash the dishes or take the kids to school. Like the dads could do the same thing, and even vice versa too. Like the moms could be the leading income have a higher income than the dad does, and take more responsibility for it. And it's I think honestly, those like stereotypes need to go away because it's not really true. And last one, the social groups. I would say socially, I feel like for me, I'm pretty out there. I'm a pretty extroverted person. I feel like a lot of people, some people struggle with like finding who they are and like uh, who they are in school and who they are when they're sports teams and amongst their peers, and they have a hard time finding like the true them, their true self, because they always feel like they have to fit in. And then lastly, my ideal society, I would have it. I would for sure have better education. I would have I'd have more schooling on things that you're gonna need later in life, like taxes or how to finance a house or insurance policies or things of that nature in school. Because I feel like obviously math is important and English, like they're obviously important things, but I feel like there's more you could do with them and more how you could teach kids in real life things than the Pythagorean theorem that I'm pretty sure, Mrs. Kino, I'm pretty sure you don't use too much today. But like I think those things we could also work in classes and teach courses that offer help with that, with things that are gonna affect them later down the line. And then I wish stereotypes went away too. Like Asians are good at math. Um, black athletes are the only ones that can go to the NBA, or like they're the only best football players. I wish stereotypes went away, because when we have stereotypes, I feel like we put a false impression of somebody and who they are as a person out the door. If we have stereotypes and we already come into somebody with seeing them at face value and see them as, oh, he's good at math, or he's good at this, or things of that nature. I feel like those aren't fair to put assumption on people, because when you assume, I tell my dad all the time, it makes an ass out of you and an ass out of me. So I say assuming and making having pre stereotypes aren't good and set us back. And theories, I would say one of the theories that I do think about is really just treating other people better. I know a lot of people go through stuff at home, or they're going through stuff in their work life or their school life. But I feel like if someone could do another nice thing for somebody today, it would make the world a better place. Like I truly think that if you treat others good, they'll treat you back good. And I think our world needs some more kindness and needs some more peace. And also, I would say the media too. The media is always negative. I always see, you don't go on the news and see positive and kind and happy, positive stories. You see more negative, like, oh, who was in a car crash, who had a murder, who had a homicide, and things like that. Those are just negative perceptions that always are here, and nobody wants to lead it away because it brings in the most money. So I would say those are my 2 things for ideal society. I appreciate this class. I love taking this class. It was really interesting to me, and I appreciate you. I hope my video is good. Thank you for watching. Thank you.